So this book is about the cultural differences between a Hmong family that moved to the United States.
This little girl named Nia has epilepsy.
And she has to be hospitalized.
But they have to survive in the American culture where they're still living in their Hmong culture, and it's like completely different.
Her parents believe in a more holistic spiritual approach to medicine, while the American doctors who they're trying to get to treat her believe in a more practical biological approach.
It was really interesting learning about their daily struggle just to come to the United States.
I feel that the image of the placentas being buried really sticking with me because it's such a unique tradition that I would never have thought of.
The Hmong, they saw that their daughter's disease not as being a disease, but rather her being someone that's gifted. But in their culture, someone being epileptic is kind of like a spiritual doctor. They're able to connect with the gods in a way that no one else can. And the way like American doctors dealt with it just allowed me to see, wow, so like this is the way we really see things. And I got mad at American doctors, I got mad at the Hmong. I was happy, it was interesting.
When Neil called the Child Protective Services on the family because he understood the whole thing about culture, but he didn't want culture and quote to take over the life of the little girl.
I found the backstories and the myths and what they believe in most interesting.
Basically, when I went to college, I felt that the environment was really different than what I was used to in high school. If I read this book before coming to college, I would have been better prepared, understanding cultural differences between some of my peers. The way that the author, she opened up to them and she asked them if they were comfortable with this kind of situation, for example, or she researched herself about their own culture so that she was more comfortable around them.
The fact that sometimes miscommunication comes on almost a daily basis between people.
I'm from a Haitian background. It's like I can't eat pineapples at certain times because it's bad for you. And me being a Haitian American, I look at it scientifically, like where is your proof? Like, hey, even though they're not right, I understand where they're coming from because this is their beliefs. This is what they've been doing for years and years and years. So instead of me trying to change what they think, I should more understand what they think.
I'm from Ivory Coast. I used to have this aunt, she used to have seizure, and I didn't actually know about epilepsy. By reading the book, I was like, oh wow, so this is why she was acting this way.
I worked in a lab for a while. I worked with lots of foreign people. I was able to absorb new cultures and different cultures.
I think every person goes through a sort of self versus society conflict, and I think that this book can be relevant to everyone because it's always going to be about them versus someone else, or them versus themselves.
As a pre-med student, it's really interesting to see the communication and the perspective a doctor should have. It really gave me an open mindset to approaching people and their culture.
What advice would you give to us as we experience different cultures ourselves?
Ask if she ever felt discouraged during the writing process of this book.
Why the Hmong? How did she find out about the Hmong?
Like, how did she develop each chapter relating them all?
I think the author was very unbiased, and I found that refreshing. So I'd like to know how she remained objective throughout the heartwarming story.